Hey guys, this is Marcus BB with Spirit Guides, and this is our top 5 countdown for Lake Charles, Louisiana. Hey everybody, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Paul. We're Spirit Guides. Today, we're counting down the top 5 most haunted locations in Louisiana. Not only in Louisiana, in Lake Charles, Louisiana, that we've actually hunted.
Fly.
Coming in at number 5 on our list is the Imperial Calcasieu Museum. And it comes in at number 5 because while we did have some experiences there, we find that those are apt to change with the artifacts at the museum depending on what's there at the time.
There were a couple of places. Me and I believe her name was Beth. There was the coffin that was there that we really didn't have a lot of information on. But we did pick up something on the obelisk, and
Didn't it say go around?
it said go around, like to walk around the coffin.
Walk around. You want us to walk around?
Yeah.
And when we got on that other side, there was a really cold spot that Beth could feel.
It's cool over here.
Oh,
Do you feel how cold it is over here?
I feel, yeah.
And my battery's fixing to die.
Yeah, y'all walk right
So
in
we
there.
did have some stuff go on, just not the height like we had at other places.
Yeah.
And y'all had a situation.
Yeah, that's right. I was with Tracy in the room with the African death masks and the original voodoo statues. And one of those statues started putting off a heat signature, which absolutely there was no reason for that whatsoever.
This is Tracy, and this is the statue producing the heat signature.
So, for that reason, you know, I do believe it belongs on our top 5 currently, but I really feel like the things there could change drastically depending on what exhibits they have out at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That all depends on what they're showcasing. You know, those exhibits do change out. So maybe we'll go back with some other exhibits and maybe it might be top 1, number 1.
4.
Number 4 on our countdown was actually the Panorama House downtown. I actually wasn't there for that one, but this top 5 was actually based on the experience of the team that was there and the evidence that we were able to put into an episode. So while I wasn't able to hunt that, due to what they had, it does bring up number 4 on the list, and Marcus is going to tell you all about it.
So at Panorama, it was a difficult investigation because there was a live band downstairs, there was a lot of music, there was a lot of noise, but that also presented some opportunities because while that's very detrimental to our
And
noise
distracting.
factor, yeah, it provided a lot of energy in the room. And it's on our top 5 because the gentleman that emailed us beforehand had said that he knew of a spirit that was there, one of 3 actually, and her name was Sarah. One of them was named Sarah, which was a young girl. And while we were on our investigation, we got the actual name Sarah on the spirit box. Is there a little girl here? And that is why Panorama Music House falls in at number 4 on our list.
3.
Falling in at number 3 on our list in Lake Charles, Louisiana is the Cajun Cafe.
Now, the Cajun Cafe was an interesting one. We have a little bit of history on that. It was a hotel back in the 1900s. It was actually in Lake Charles at the time of the 1910 fire. That's one of the reasons we investigated it that year. So there was some information about some people that used to live there. There was a little girl that lived there at one time. Her name was Iris, and that name was prevalent in our historical investigation of the area. While we were there, we actually got the name Iris multiple times during the hunt.
Iris. Iris.
And then Marcus had something happen to him at that location.
Yeah, that's right. That's while we were sitting in the upstairs apartment, I actually had something touch the back of my head forcefully enough that it moved my hat. And I was very disappointed that we didn't have that on camera because while I was on the static camera, my camera was pointing at the static camera, and so the IR light from my camera blotted out what the static camera was seeing of me, and you couldn't see the hat move, but my reaction was 100% insanely terrified.
2,
Number 2 on our list was actually the Calcasieu Parish Courthouse, right there on Ryan Street, downtown Lake Charles. A lot of history in that building. They had a couple of people that they actually hung on the grounds outside the building. Not only did they have the 3 men hung on the front grounds, the only woman ever executed in Louisiana was actually prosecuted in that courtroom. Jennifer, that was a guestigator, she plays Tony Joe as the haunted history tour here in Lake Charles, where they discuss about Tony Joe. So the actress that actually plays her on that tour was part of our guestigating crew, which was kind of cool. Me and her actually were together, and in the records room, we were talking and asking questions, and we were with the Ovilus and in my digital recorder also. Then one of the questions that Jennifer asked was, "Are you a prisoner?" And we distinctly got the word yes.
Are you a prisoner here?
It said it loud and clear.
It said it loud and clear, yes. Unfortunately, couldn't get any more information. We got some other words, but we couldn't really put them together to form what he was trying to tell us.
That's right.
But that was part of what we got in there. We had a couple of guestigators that night.
Yeah,
And,
actually, the guestigators were upstairs in the old sheriff's department, and Josh Floyd was up there with the guestigators, and he asked the question, "Is there anybody here?" And immediately that word "yes" came over the S box, like immediately, and his reaction was absolutely genuine.
Is there anyone here with us?
And you could see the shock on his
The shock on
face.
his face when it happened.
It was awesome. It was an awesome location.
Yeah, it was really in the history of that building too, outside of the investigation, just learning
yeah.
the history about everything that took place there. And then not only the investigators, but Marcus, you and the people you were investigating with had something happen.
That's right. That's right. We were downstairs in the break room, which is not far from the records room. And it was only a feeling, but it was proven to be true whenever I started going through the actual footage from the cameras. I said in the break room that I feel charged and I feel some energy, and then there's a moment where an orb leaves my body and flies up through the ceiling. And I said almost immediately after that happened, I said, it was charged in here, it was high energy, and now I don't feel anything anymore. Like earlier, it was charged, and it was like you could feel something in here, and I don't feel anything in here right now. Yeah, that's one of the things that I find to be very compelling evidence. And so those reasons right there, that's why we decided on having the Calcasieu Parish Courthouse. While it's in the top 10 list of every Louisiana haunting that I've ever seen, it is number 2 on our list in Lake Charles,
Louisiana.
Whoa.
And number 1 on our countdown of the top 5 most haunted locations in Lake Charles, Louisiana that we have personally investigated is Axe Theater.
That's right, Railroad Avenue, North Lake Charles. Old location, creepy location, amazing location.
So we went in with the notion that we were going to run into a gentleman named William, the Candyman he was known as.
Right? Although we didn't get that name, doesn't mean nothing happened there. We got several names.
That place was intense. There were multiple times where people got the same name on different devices.
In different locations.
In different locations. We got the name Stephen, and I think that is what started the entire montage of evidence
that came in. There was also another name that...
that was Ed.
Can you tell me your name?
She was able to get both names out of 2 different devices. The
right.
Obelisk and the S-Box both answered her with the same names.
That's right. And while Axe is a theater, we had theater people with us, and we had them dance on stage. They tap danced in the pitch black dark
And sang on
and
stage.
sang on stage, and that's when we got the name
And-
Ed a second time.
Ed came up a second time. The Obelisk we had on the stage with them. Wait, it just said Ed?
Ed Muscle Arms entered.
There was some creepy moments on the Obelisk there. One of the girls that was there, one of the performers, her boyfriend said, "I'm done."
right.
And then right after that, another one of the performers, she said, "I'm out of here," and she left.
She packed up her tap shoes and left.
She picked up her tap shoes and left. So
And
that
then-
one had some very interesting stuff happening to it.
Yeah, interesting is a word that I would use.
Yes.
Like, Rain is one of the girls that was with us, and she said, "Oh my God, I'm shaking."
Oh my God, I'm shaking so bad. I feel like there's something upstairs.
And then her name came across the obelisk, and it was followed by tremors.
Yes.
Rain, tremors,
Tremors.
and she had just said that she was shaking. That is an acknowledgement of what's going on in the living world in the moment.
All our hot spots were like up front in the lobby area that were connected with that closet.
That's right.
And actually in the stage area.
The only thing that we had happen that I noticed in a different location in the building was upstairs in the projector room, Rain actually had a digital recorder, and she said, "Is there anybody with us?" And a very long, exasperated female voice said the word yes.
Oh, okay.
Anyone here right now?
And nobody could explain that at all because it was myself, Josh Floyd, her boyfriend Dylan, and her. And she did not say anything after she asked that question. And being that it's the #1 spot on our list, I think we're gonna hunt it again.
Very soon.
So until next time, guys, hopefully we can get you some new locations to make our list a top 10, and we'll reorganize it as needed.
Sounds like a plan to me. I'm excited.
We'll see you next time.
Right here, every other Saturday, 7 p.m.